All right, Bryan Mbeumo final round of talks set by Man United and Brentford. Fabrizio Romano has an input, and Danny Gore looks like they want him out of the club of Manchester United for his own good. Note that he cannot really compete, but at his age, there is something that a serious footballer should be vying in for. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is the name and the voice that you're really watching in here onto the United Matters channel. I really came up yesterday live and really had something to say, and you people have gone ahead to watch that live hugely, right? And I think it's going in 3,000 views, and that is really something great that you guys have gone ahead to do to support the hustle and continue to subscribe, because we want to hit 22,000 subscribers. You know, we've hit 21,000 and now we want to hit 22,000 subscribers into the mix. So where should we start from? Mbeumo deal is the talk about town. Now, Marco Alcaraz has told us that Man United and Brentford have scheduled final round of negotiations next week as regarding the transfer of Bryan Mbeumo. The upcoming talks are understood to be the decisive stage between clubs. Man United will offer a total package worth just under £65 million. So the final round of talks have been scheduled, and that tells you that this week is really very important. Very, very important in as far as the deal of Bryan Mbeumo to Man United is really concerned. He's a player that we all believe deserves to play the club of Manchester United. Many of us are excited to see to it that we went ahead to beat off competition from teams like Spurs, Arsenal, Newcastle, and very many others who were even offering what we call Champions League football. You understand? So if we are into the final round of talks and United are willing to table below £65 million, but formula I think is that they are just doing what we call the delay game. That is it. That's what they are doing. They're just doing that, and they're just doing a delay game. But all I want to let you know is the side of Manchester United knows that they can get in this guy immediately. You understand? But the problem is, I think they want to sign him in the new financial year. That is it. Because in these remaining 6, 7, 8 days to end the month, a lot can happen. But if all doesn't get done this week, then get to know that Man United is taking its time to see to it that they get the guy right. You understand? So that is it. So thank you very much for checking through, and those round of talks have been scheduled. What is Fabrizio Romano saying about this Bryan Mbeumo transfer to the club of Manchester United? He has come out and said, talks are ongoing for the deal at the moment. We are still waiting for Man United to try and reach an agreement on the fee with Brentford. They tried with the first bid. It was 10 days ago and rejected. Now, Fabrizio is confirming what this guy is obviously telling us, that it's not obviously all that bad, but it's all about agreeing on the fee with Brentford, and United are really trying to give them between 63 to 65 million pounds, and Brentford I think are still negotiating for 70, and all they want is 70 million pounds. That's what they want. And for United, they're like, we can give you 65. So that's the situation that we are into at the club of Manchester United. And I think it's really well understood by the people at Man United, and they are willing to put in a very huge go to see to it that all goes on well as planned. So talks are ongoing, and that's why Alcaraz tells you the final set of talks is being set by the club of Manchester United, and they want to see to it that it really gets done. But I know United can't act fast now, because they know it that the player has given them their yes, that he's obviously going to be joining the club of Manchester United. You understand? So if he's going to be joining the club of Manchester United and he has rejected Arsenal, now they are taking all their time to see to it that they milk out everything from this deal possible. That is it. So we are waiting to see how things will pan out for Bryan Mbeumo, but the final transfer talks have been set, and soon we'll be letting you know what has come out from those talks. That is it. So after that, let's go to Gore. He's a player who has been playing for the under-21s of Man United, and he's one of those that Erik ten Hag went ahead to give his debut at the club of Manchester United. Excited men of us, but injuries went ahead to obviously affect his season and growth at the club of Manchester United. Now, Ricky Fair has told us that Man United are open to offers for Gore if the right opportunity arises. Rotterdam and Blackburn are interested. Now, at the age of 20, all what a player needs is playing game in, game out. We've gone ahead to see the likes of Joby Bellingham being in the Championship, and now he led Sunderland to their return to the Premier League. And guess what? He was sold, I think, for £40 million to a club known as Borussia Dortmund. So that means you can even be playing the Championship and cameras can be all over you. And for Gore, if he goes to Rotterdam or Blackburn, I think he'll get ample playing time. All he needs is that he needs to play, you know. He needs to play a lot of football, you know. And if Blackburn Rovers can obviously sign him, he can obviously do the needful. You understand? And they are in the EFL Championship. If he plays there for like 1 or 2 seasons, he can obviously get what we call ample playing time, and then the rest will see him either get back to Man United or even get back to the Premier League, because we all know how good this player is when he really gets into momentum of really playing well. Rotterdam is another one that is really looking up to signing Gore, right? And he was there, you know. He was there. That he's for the season of 2024-2025, and he played 3 games. He had 1 assist in those 3 games, but injuries have gone ahead to be his problem, and I think the physios really need to work a lot onto this guy, because we need him available, because he's a very talented player, but injuries have gone ahead to obviously mess up his season in there. So we wait for Gore, but I think we should let all these players who are really 2019 that are not really getting ample playing time, let's really sell them off. You know, you sell them for like 10 million, like £1 million, and then sell back clause and a sell-on clause of like 30-40% will be really very important. You sell them cheaply such that they get in ample playing time, and after they get ample playing time, you know, the rest will be history. You know, that is it. So Pogba and Yoro linked up in the US, and they were up for a preseason, and they met Pogba. Now, for Mainoo, people note that he has always gone ahead to be referred to as the new Pogba, and that's his style of play, and he really meant the person that really he idolizes. And I think Pogba should obviously tell him what stopped him from obviously becoming the player that he's supposed to become. You understand? So, as it stands, the side of Manchester United is having all those players onto their website as their former players, and some that are really their own players are really doing the needful for the club of Manchester United. And as it stands, Pogba is going to Monaco, and Yoro is at Manchester United, and Mainoo is also going to be staying at the club of Manchester United. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me your thoughts about Bryan Mbeumo final round of talks scheduled into the comment section below, and I want to tell me your genuine thoughts about Gore. Should we let him go, or we should really keep him? Because there are players like Sekou Kone that are really ready You can talk about Toby Collier. Who was from the academy that plays that midfield? Is it Jack Fletcher? You know, there are like 2-3 more players that I'm gonna hate to impress in that midfield for the club of Manchester United. So we sign out for now. See you later. First video of the day, and more is yet to come. Bye bye.